As the Nuggets try to defend their home court. So Golden State will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Durant is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Pachulia in at the 5 down low. Gallinari wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geeks, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
And for Green, long arms, great anticipation. We talk about the IQ. Also the willingness to absorb contact, all part of what makes him special on the defensive end of the floor. And, you know, now we have all these analytics, and if you look at all the advanced measures for defense, Draymond Green is one of the best in our game. I mean, and teams are better able to measure now defense with player tracking and the cameras. So I think that helped Green when the time came for him to sign his contract.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And Durant, here we go. Another shot. Rebound by the Nuggets.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And Fareed throws it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Curry passes to Green. Jacks up a three. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Green. Curry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by Emmanuel Mudiay. And Curry, here we go. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. An absolute bomb from three-point range. The Nuggets trail by 4. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Fareed. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And, you know, guys, a high-energy post player like Kenneth Fareed excels at doing the dirty work. As a matter of fact, he's nicknamed the Manimal for good reason. Very few players in the league possess this combination of energy and aggressiveness.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Talking about Fareed, a rebounder extraordinaire. His explosiveness, long arms, and huge hands help him compensate for his relative lack of size.
And he has that exceptional shot blocker instincts. I mean, the timing's there. He'll also steal the ball from you. The question now becomes, will he always be that role, effort, energy player, or will he develop eventually the offensive skills needed to see him reach the next level?
Now, here's Mudiay following the shot by Kevin Durant. Mudiay with the ball. Harris outside to the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Fareed, a screen on Durant. Here's Gallinari. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Gallinari's got his first basket.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Curry. The screen from Thompson. Three-pointer. Another three for Golden State.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Moutier kicks to Harris. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Outside Durant. The pass to Green. Iguodala right side. Outside Green. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot's good. And it's 7 points for Kevin Durant.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Emmanuel Mudiay. Outside Durant, there's a good screen. Nice job coming off that screen. Thompson's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Warriors.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Mudiay, and he uses the glass on the layup. Moutier's got his second basket of the night.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Here is Durant. He has 7. Green, the screen. Thompson from long range. Gallinari with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 3. Left side, Harris. He dishes it to Mudiay. High, arcing shot, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And here's Mudiay after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. There's the pick. Jokic passes to Gallinari. To the inside. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Harris has got 5 points so far.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Now here's Durant. Kicks it to Green. The feed now to Thompson. Pass to Durant. The 3-ball. Warriors the rebound. The dish to Curry. Back to Durant. Stolen by Fareed. Oh, and here comes Fareed all alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he has struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system, but you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.
The Warriors making a switch here. West is checked in. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
Just 4 to shoot. Nurkic can't hit. The Warriors leading. And Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And 12 points for Steph Curry.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Here's Murray, and here's Gallinari outside. Nurkic dishes to Barton. They get it back. Here's Gallinari. And at last, they get one to fall. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the night. Durant attacking, and that one is hammered home.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Gallinari, a screen on Curry. Here's Murray, defended by Durant. Now Murray. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Thompson outside, inside, out to West. Golden State moving the ball around. It's tipped. Nurkic with the steal. 3-on-3. Murray, the pass to Gallinari. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. Chandler's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Murray kicks to Gallinari. Here's Barton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors leading by 5. Again, Doris Burke spoke with Mike Malone. Doris?
And my first question was, what's the plan against Kevin Durant? Probably the premier scorer in the entire league. He said, well, it starts with trying to keep the ball out of his hands, because once he catches it, you're kind of at his mercy. Guys, Durant's so long, he can just shoot over the top. When he does get the ball, expect to see some double teams.
Thank you, Doris. And Jusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov's place in Denver.
Yeah, originally, Kevin, drafted by the Bulls at number 16, then traded to Denver, as you indicated. His sheer size alone, 7 feet, 280. That makes him a force on the glass.
And getting back to Nurkic, what makes him an intriguing prospect beyond his size is his exceptional balance. I mean, his excellent footwork makes him really effective in the pick and roll. He also possesses great lateral speed and quick hands for a big man.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And, you know, talking about Nurkic, I mean, his father, a police officer in Bosnia. According to the Denver Nuggets broadcasters last year, Dad is 7 feet tall and weighs a good 400 pounds or more. That's a big police officer there, boy.
Green, he's checked in for Kevin Durant, and he sinks the second.
And, you know, Denver was not that good against the West last season, but they weren't as bad as you would have thought. Managed to get 19 wins against the rest of the conference, and we know how tough the West is, so that's not shabby.
Now here's Curry, 15 points in the game. Here's West. Again, Golden State.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Denver calls timeout. Well, last year for the Nuggets, they were really searching, and they finished 12th in the Western Conference. Greg, they were 30-52.
You know, not a great place to be.
No.
I mean, Kevin, Denver never really had a shot at the postseason, but weren't good enough to land a high draft pick either.
Chandler a screen. Nurkic. Warriors with the rebound. West has got his third rebound on the night. Iguodala wide open. And the 3 off target. The Nuggets trail by 6. Chandler attacking. Dishes it to Murray. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. The Warriors shooting very well. 58%. The offense is flowing right now early for them. Gallinari against Green. Out to Thompson. Iguodala outside. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Back to Green. On the wing, Thompson. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Thompson's got 8.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Chandler dishes to Gallinari. Here's Murray, guarded by Curry. That shot wide open. 6 points for him.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the first. Thompson passes to Curry. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And how about 6 of 8 with that one? And there is no slowing down this young man.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good. Curry. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Barton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Nurkic a screen on Thompson. Here's Barton. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. The Warriors on top, up 7. And we'll get things started in the... And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
We've got Will Barton. Harris is out there with Moutier. Then it's Wilson Chandler. That's the group on the floor for Denver. The drive by Green. Outside for Curry. Outside Green. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Now Chandler, after the missed three from Iguodala. Poked away. Thompson against Harris. On its way from Curry for 2. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. And the wide open shot from Green. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feed. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They set the pick. Here's Barton. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. problem. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Hey.
And both free throws good for West. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
And here's Iguodala outside, and it's Denver with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Harris misses. Warriors leading by 7. It's Iguodala with the drive, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Emmanuel Mudiay picks one up.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skill. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Durant's checked in for the Warriors. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the second worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
Here's Green. Gary Harris making his last shot. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Iguodala's got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors. Pass to Jokic. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Mudiay. No good on the triple. Warriors leading by 8. Iguodala kicks to Durant. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Barton. Fareed with it, guarded now by Durant. Here's Mudiay, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Mudiay's got 8 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Durant. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Green. Off the screen. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Harris. He's got 7. Feeds it to Mudiay. Shoots. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Pass to Barton. There's the triple. That's good. Barton's got 6.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Outside Durant. Green with a screen for Durant. Outside Green. Ring shot on the way. The shot misses. And it's Denver the other way. And there's the pass to Mudiay. And Durant sends it back. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Thompson outside for the 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Now a timeout called by Golden State. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for Green. West comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Klay Thompson. Here's Barton. He's got 6. Over in the corner, Moutier, just 3 to shoot. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Moutier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Now here's Curry. He's got 18. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Warriors have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And so he hits the technical free throw. When you think about Shaun Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Here is Livingston from deep, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Livingston. And that's 21 points for Steph Curry.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Now here's Moutier. 10 points for him. Gallinari dishes to Nurkic, and he gets the bucket.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Here is Livingston. He feeds it to West. Curry setting the pick for West. Livingston, that's good.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Fareed. Over in the corner, Moutier. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Here's Durant. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his third assist on the night. The Nuggets trail. Moutier passed to Gallinari. He kicks it to Moutier. Now Murray. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Nurkic.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
For Denver, they have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far. You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nuggets.
Here's Green, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Thompson, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Mike, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
Here's Green after the Nuggets pick up 2. And Thompson kicks to Green. Back to Thompson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Shot's good by Durant.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And here's Moutier following the 3 from Kevin Durant and finished off by Nurkic.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Here's Murray. He's covered by Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Golden State. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Here's Chandler. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Curry dishes to Durant. Green with a screen on Gallinari. Right side, Green to the paint. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist from Green. Iguodala's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors. Mudiay kicks to Chandler. To the middle, here's Murray. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That one on Thompson. And we've seen it all, guys. The Nuggets have been in free fall the last couple years. Part of that is their play at home, where GA, they used to be invincible.
You remember back in the day, Kevin, I mean, one of the most difficult places to play was in Denver. I mean, you're dealing with the thin air, but that hasn't been the case here of late.
George Karl just prided his team on what they did at home. The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Green. He's guarded by Nurkic. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
You know, Denver ended with the 19-22 record at home last season, and that's a far cry from when the Nuggets would typically win 30 or more games at home.
Here's Murray. 6 points for him. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Jumper off the screen, and play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
And he sinks the second.
So far in the game for Nurkic, he's got 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Curry kicks to Green. And here is Curry. 23 points in the game. Durant, the pass to Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Warriors have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. He misses the free throw.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
And the second free throw, good. We've got 28 seconds left here in the second. Chandler outside. Mudiay with the ball. 10 points for him. Murray kicks to Gallinari. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Durant. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so we wrap up the first half. Warriors lead by 9. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, David, a great first half that demonstrates a lot of the evolution of this team. As a veteran of this group, can you tell us a bit about the concepts that have helped this cohesion?
You know, we've developed some good habits, creating an identity, but we've just got to continue to try to make the right play every single time, and then the game will speak for itself.
David, thank you. Guys, Coach would point directly to this guy as to what this team is all about.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 23 points and 3 assists. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, there's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going again in the third quarter. We will see you later.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Draymond Green is out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Thompson, following the basket by Emmanuel Mudiay. And Thompson kicks to Pachulia. To the inside, it's stolen by Mudiay. Inside, here's Jokic. Nice D from Durant.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
He dishes it to Green. Clock at 4. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Green's got 9.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Now here's Mudiay. 12 points for him. There's Gallinari with the 3. Here's Fareed. And Thompson sends it back.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 12.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And Mudiay throws it down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down. Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Denver with the ball, following the score by Golden State.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Kicks to Gallinari. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Down low. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
On defense, the Warriors. Harris outside. Pass to Jokic. Deflects the pass. Here's Mudiay. 16 points for him.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Both free throws good from Mudiay. And the Warriors with possession here. 7-point differential. The feed to Green. Thompson against Harris. The drive by Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Barton is checked in. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Here's Curry. Denver getting their last shot to go. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed. And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
And Curry, here we go. Green. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now Harris. He's got 11. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
There's the steal. Here's Jokic, and he makes good on the layup. He's got 8.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
The dish now to Iguodala. Durant against Fareed. Takes it from 10. Kenneth Fareed pulls it in. Fareed's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Gallinari dishes to Harris. Pass to Barton. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Fareed. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
And again, it's the Warriors missing.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Harris kicks to Gallinari. Fareed setting the pick for Gallinari. Drains the three-pointer. Gallinari's got 11 points. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And here's Iguodala outside. And it's Denver with the rebound. Harris passes to Barton. Screen by Fareed. Barton dishes to Fareed. Here's Gallinari. They get it again. That's not going to go for him. It's his 6th miss. He's 5 for 11. The drive by Green. Outside Durant. And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Money's checked in for Fareed.
Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. It took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
There's the pick. And Thompson kicks to Durant. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Dishes it to Barton. Feeds it to Gallinari.
Looking at the game Gallinari has been having, he has 11 points, and there's a nice number in his assist column as well.
It really has been, Clark. He's created a lot of open looks for his teammates. Very unselfish play from him today.
He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
West kicks to Thompson. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Pick by West. Durant. And the Warriors miss again.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
And he gets it to go. Nurkic has got 10 points in the game.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys. Giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint, because that has not been up to par.
Here's Murray. He's covered by Thompson. Murray, the pass to Nurkic. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And now a 7-point Denver lead. Durant attacking. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Good. Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay. Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Warriors trail by 5. Here's Iguodala. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Denver.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane. And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
Livingston kicks to Thompson. West down low. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by West. And that's now 19 points for Klay Thompson. Denver leading by 3. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, and you know, a great athlete and ball handler, I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Screen by Nurkic. Over in the corner, Chandler. And Gallinari kicks to Murray. No good on the triple. Warriors trail by 5. The drive by Iguodala. Outside Durant. It's deflected. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Chandler. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Murray kicks to Chandler. That 3 off the mark. Golden State's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. 40 seconds left to play in the third. Chandler against Durant. Passes it to Thompson. And the Warriors miss again. Denver leading by 5. The pass to Barton. To the paint. Murray dishes to Gallinari. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
And, you know, under the circumstances, Greg, that's a good foul. You just can't let him have that throwdown. They're doing a great job here in the second half. They've brought their free throw percentage up quite a bit. And that's winning basketball. That's one of the ingredients.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor.
Timeout called the Warriors.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, keeping their hands up, and defending without fouling.
Gallinari hits them both.
Hey, steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Now here's Curry. He's guarded closely. Gets it off. And down it goes. Just
your Nuggets dancers.
all right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Warriors trail by 4. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Moutier out there with Harris. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Pick by Varejao. Curry kicks to Varejao. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Moutier with the ball. Chandler the pass to Moutier. Harris dishes to Moutier. Launches a 3. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
And the deeper we get into this game, it seems like the more the offenses are in rhythm.
Without question. I mean, both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead.
Inside, here's Fareed.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
Warriors trail by 11. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Livingston. Will it go? Curry can't get it to go. The Nuggets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Now here's Moutier, guarded by Curry. Shoots from the elbow. For the 3, Chandler. Another 3 for Denver.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
And here's Denver. They've scored 10 straight. There's a screen. Screen by Fareed. Chandler up top. Varejao grabs the board.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
They double-team Curry. Back to Varejao. Here's West, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Mudiay with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively.
The defense has no answer for him right now.
Well, they're trying everything, Greg. Nothing's working. He's just piling up point after point.
He kicks to Clark. Left side Curry. Shot clock at 6. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 31 points.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Now here's Mudiay, guarded by Curry. And here's Mudiay. And he gets it to go. Mudiay's got 16 here in the second half.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Stolen by Fareed. That's good from Harris on the assist by Fareed. And that's 13 points for Gary Harris.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Curry kicks to Varejao. Out to West. Off target from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Warriors trail by 16. Clark kicks to Curry. He dishes it to Clark. Back to Curry. Fires the three. That's good. Curry's got 34.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Now here's Mudiay, guarded closely. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Anderson Varejao. 4 on the shot clock. Curry. Kept alive. Green kicks to Durant. Sinks the three-pointer. Durant's got 21 in the game.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Mudiay passes to Barton. Here's Jokic. He's covered by Iguodala. And that one's good. Jokic.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Denver. Mudiay with the ball. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Fareed goes in. No luck, and Golden State will go the other way with it. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. Wasted no time on that one. 21 points for Klay Thompson. The Nuggets leading by 11. Here's Barton. Screen by Fareed. Barton dishes to Fareed. They set the pick. Puts up the baby hook. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Now here's Curry. D right on him. Durant kicks to Thompson. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Now here's Curry. Kicks it to Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Iguodala outside. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist in this one.
Nice stroke from long range. And if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
There's a good screen. Pass to Jokic. Gallinari against Iguodala. And it's Gallinari missing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Durant sets a screen for Thompson. And another basket for Golden State.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going. But as we always say, better late than never.
Now the feed to Gallinari. Shoots the 3. That's good.
And that's his 2nd triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Now Curry. On the wing, Thompson. Now the dish to Durant. Back to Thompson from downtown. And it's Denver with the rebound. Fareed's got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Mudiay. The 3. A rebound by Iguodala. Warriors trail by 11. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Thompson. Thompson's got 9 assists now tonight.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Barton. And Durant sends it back. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
This is what this team is all about right here. They're forcing their way inside and having a lot of success. That's their identity. They're a pounded inside team, and that's what they're showing us.
But they get it back. Right side Curry. Dishes it to Durant. Thompson for 3. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 5 assists tonight.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
Warriors on D. Here's Barton. Down low. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Been a big game for Fareed. He's got 12 rebounds, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Warriors trail by 9. Curry passes to Durant. Green with a screen on Fareed. Outside, Green. Fareed against Durant. Iguodala, he's open. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 6 assists in the game. And here's Moutier.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. The Warriors shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Thompson dishes to Curry. Green, the screen. They double-team Curry. And there's Green on the assist by Curry. And 11 points for Draymond Green.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Warriors trail by 8. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Feeds to Curry. Back to Durant. From deep 3-point range. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. .103 left here in the fourth quarter. The Nuggets leading by 8. Moutier with the ball. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. Both free throws good for Moutier. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Thompson with the bucket.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Now here's Moutier, guarded by Curry. It's stolen by Curry.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
Durant, the pass to Iguodala. That's short off the rim.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
Durant, wide open, he fires. Knocks down the trifecta.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Now Murray. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so is Shaquille O'Neal. Time now for some highlights as we take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
He was very confident with the ball in his hands tonight. He was completely in control. Knew when guys were cutting, setting screens, and it resulted in more assists than we typically see out of him. I think he's underrated in terms of playmaking.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.